2 days after we got married, Carla suggested we sell everything, buy a boat and set sail. A year later we did just that. In the Canaries we picked up our naked sailor, Dobby. This is our adventure.
Hello and welcome back.
Yeah, second part.
So we left last week with us setting off in Las Palmas, and the route that we chose to cross the Atlantic was the 5-day trip down to Mindelo in Cape Verde Islands.
Yes.
And then it took us 15 days to get to Barbados.
And everything was very smooth.
It was.
The whole journey was very good.
It was very good. The weather was absolutely perfect. We weren't doing a great speed. Most of the time we were only doing about 135 nautical miles a day, which was a bit of a slow pace. Really, it did pick up to over 150 once we got into the stronger trade winds over towards Barbados for the last few days. Mindelo was interesting.
It was interesting. It's a very poor country. It's interesting to go and visit and see. It's a good place to top up your vegetables and fruit. They have plenty there if you are running out.
Yeah. And also propane.
And propane is very cheap.
Yeah, very cheap. It's like €3 for a 3 kg camping gas bottle, which is really pretty good. The 2,000 miles to Barbados, there again, it was really absolutely stunning.
Yeah, we were surfing down on the waves. It was huge waves, but they were from behind, so it was no problem at all. The boat was just absolutely surfing, just like a surfboard.
They're very long way apart, so even though these waves are really quite large, you don't get the full effect of them, and you just sort of kind of ride up and then ride down. It was absolutely lovely. We had the Kodza up for a lot of the way, and it was a dream, really. It was an absolute dream of a crossing.
Yeah. So then we arrived in Barbados, beautiful Barbados. We love Barbados. That's where we got married. So.
Yes, absolutely. Yes, it was beautiful. Yeah. And it's the only coral island that isn't really in the Caribbean Sea, to be honest. It's stuck out there on its own to windward in the Atlantic, but it's got those beautiful beaches. They've got a lovely pink glow to them, haven't they? Absolutely stunning.
And we parked just in town. We moored just along the quay wasn't it? And no one charged us because it's not to be charged there, but no one bothered us as well.
No.
So we had a great time there.
Absolutely fantastic. Yes. And then there's a few other highlights really for the sort of windward islands that we came across, and I guess the next highlight really was Beckway. Absolutely loved
Beckway.
it. Absolutely loved it.
It has that feeling of the Caribbean, but it's still a bit wild too.
Yes, it is. Yeah. I mean, there's no marina there or anything like that, so you're out in the bay on the hook, and the trade winds blow like hell through there.
Yeah.
So if you've got a wind generator, that's absolutely fantastic. But I don't know. I just really enjoyed it. We were kind of at home there in a way, and there's beautiful beaches and there's bars and restaurants.
You have plenty walks to do to the other side of the island. The beaches are beautiful at the other side of the island. They have the most beautiful, amazing floating bar.
Yes, they do.
Again,
floating bar.
We like floating bars.
And of course, they're part of St Vincent and the Grenadines, and some of the other islands in the Grenadines are absolutely spectacular as well. Particularly Tobago Cays is absolutely stunning. The colour of the water there is that mesmerising blue colour that you get. And the other place that we particularly liked in the sort of Windward Islands was Antigua and Barbuda.
Yeah.
We spent a long time in Antigua.
Antigua, and then we had family coming to because it was a really, really good place to be.
It was.
You can go all the way around the island. It's very, very windy on the
windward side. On the east.
Yeah.
But you can go inside the reefs, so you've got the sort of protection from the big Atlantic swell crashing in. There's only a short gap when you can't. But some of the little off-lying islands, because Antigua's got so many reefs and islands dotted around it, were absolutely stunning, and we really did fall in love with a few of those places, didn't we?
We did. a beach barbecue.
We are, yep.
This evening we are collecting some wood.
First time since Greece.
Yes.
The Highfield's gone.
Let's go.
Jolly Harbour is the main place that you go if you don't go to Nelson's Dockyard or Falmouth Harbour, and but just round the corner was this huge bay.
Yeah, Five Islands Bay, that's the name of the place, and then it's so calm. No one goes there. No. It's completely empty. We went there a couple of times, just anchored just right on the beach. We were just nearly on the beach.
Absolutely fantastic.
We could swim to the beach.
Well, we could. Yeah, we can get off the cat's very shallow. Really, it only draws about 4'6", so you can get really tucked in and put a line ashore to hold you there, and then you can actually get off the back of the boat and walk, which is absolutely brilliant. We had a beautiful
beach barbecue
there,
yes.
Which is absolutely lovely.
Yeah.
Then travelling on around the Caribbean, I guess the next place that we fell in love with was Los Roques.
Oh, Los Roques, that was my Caribbean. That's how I describe it, because it's just those huge white sandy beaches, and the water has beautiful, beautiful colors. The wildlife is absolutely amazing. I had to keep Dobby inside because I was afraid of the birds. There's so many birds. The birds were so big. Yeah. I was afraid for them, come and get Dobby, wasn't it?
Try and get him at least, yeah. But that is a very wild and remote archipelago of islands, and it's based on an atoll system, so it's an old volcano, and you still got the sort of cliffs coming out through the sea around the edges, but the waters are absolutely fantastic, and they're so beautifully warm there, and very friendly people.
Very, very friendly people. We never felt in danger there.
No, not at all. No.
Very safe, and actually every time we spoke with someone local, they said he is safe, because they wanted to make sure that you are going to be there cruising their waters without worrying it, because they probably want you just to go there and spend some money in the island, basically.
So we stayed there around about a week, 10 days, and then we set off again heading west, and we had a cracking sail in those 24 hours with the wind behind us, all the way down to one of our favourite islands.
Bonaire was amazing, absolutely amazing. It doesn't have beautiful beaches.
No.
They are very small and very rocky, but if you are into water sports, that's the island you have to go. They have kite surfing,
all types of
everything.
Water-based sports, and the water is absolutely crystal clear there. Absolutely incredible. The diving, we never really particularly wanted to learn to dive. We kind of got taught into it by the local dive company, Dive Friends Bonaire, and we landed up staying an extra week to do our PADI course, and it was really well worth it.
It was well worth it, yes. We end up buying the equipment and so certified divers.
We're certified divers, yeah. And but you couldn't find a better place actually.
No.
To actually go and do it. They've got the most amazing salt pan works there, where they still have been using it for centuries to evaporate the seawater and leave the salt behind. And in that little area, they've got the old slave houses,
which is beautiful, and they have different colors. All of them, they have different colors because apparently it depends where the boats were going to go.
Yeah, they got like amber, blue, white,
yellow,
and the ships would know that they have to go to the amber port, and they would anchor off, and then the little barks would take the salt out and load it onto the ships. And it was all rather interesting, wasn't it? We actually really enjoyed it.
Yeah,
yes. Absolutely. Yeah,
brilliant. It has a lot to do, that island.
Yeah, a lot to do on there. Yeah, and then the next one, next but one down really, was Aruba.
Aruba is different. It's more commercial.
Yes.
But we love Aruba.
Yeah.
We love the people in Aruba. They are just the nicest people in the world.
Yes,
honestly.
Absolutely. They'll just stop their car, let you pass. You don't have to be on a zebra crossing.
If you are on the front looking at the map, they will stop and they want to take you there wherever you go, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's just
very safe island. And there again, beautiful waters. And we were tucked up in this little bay.
So after that we went to San Blas. San Blas, the first islands you arrive are the most beautiful ones.
Absolutely. It is that dream, you know, the blue water, the sandy beaches and the palm trees and a little round.
You have those, you know, just one small little island, you have one palm tree in the middle. Is it like you see in the movies, literally? Absolutely
incredible. They're absolutely beautiful, but there aren't that many. I mean, there's an awful lot of islands, hundreds of islands, but the actual beautiful ones.
I think this Coco Bandera it's the most beautiful group of islands.
There's probably only about 10 or 20 which are absolutely stunning. The others are very overgrown with mangroves and stuff like that.
Where they have the mangroves, it's not good for you to go because you can't swim because of the
crocodiles.
Yeah.
But they tend to be the ones which are just off the coast. And having spent a little bit of time in these places, we discovered that there was another area further north along the Panama coast called Boca de Toro, and we set off to sail up there. And this was completely different, but equally as stunning.
Stunning place. It's very, very wild again. You can see
slows. They've got slows in the bushes there, and monkeys and little red frogs and things like that.
Yes,
absolutely stunning. But this is a real tropical jungle type of place.
Yeah, and then the area where the restaurants are, it's just beautiful because they're all by the water.
There's all sort of rickety wooden buildings built out over the seafront.
Very colourful.
Beautifully colourful and absolutely lovely. And very cheap as well.
Very cheap.
Yeah.
They don't bother you.
No,
they just don't.
I mean, you can't really get anything there. I mean, you can get food, beer, and things like that. But if you're actually looking at something to do with your boat, then it's not so great, to be perfectly honest.
No.
So what we're going to do is we're going to leave it here and continue the journey next week, and we're going to take in the delights of Mexico, Cuba and the Bahamas before we set off back to Europe.
To Europe, and bring you back to the barge life.
Bring you back to the barge life.